You know, ladies and gentlemen, it can be heartbreaking to see people suffering, to see people going through changes. And your heart goes out, and most people, when that happens, want to do something about it. But it doesn't have to always be a group. Have you ever seen just one individual? An individual could be a child, could be an adult, but they're going through some changes and they're by themselves and they're just suffering and as if there's no one to turn to, and they just seem to be out. And your heart sees it and it just cries out. And you just want to do something. You don't know what to do, but you know you want to do something. So that tells me that if one individual is suffering, that's a violation of the rules of life. Now, I say this, ladies and gentlemen, because when I say some of these things, I try to associate it with how I see God. Now, I realize people got their own ideas about God, and I'm not trying to guide anybody at this moment. But what I do see is an answer to the suffering that I see. I see an answer to the problems of America. I see answer to the problems of the world. And it's just that we don't understand what life is about. Now, why we don't understand, I don't know. Did we ever know? Some people, I've heard people say yes in the beginning when God told everybody, hey, this is yours, and just paraphrasing. And that's the way it is now. I mean, God to me is just like any parent, but better, has prepared that we have to suffer for nothing. And the only thing we have to do is participate in the process by respecting everybody's right to have a wonderful life and engage in the process. And we all engage in the process, a career, a job. And we're making everything that we need, want, and desire. I mean, we ain't suffering for nothing. And in such an abundance, nobody have to be denied anything. That being the case, we don't have to argue. We don't have to hate. We don't have to any of that stuff. It doesn't have to exist. So to me, that's what God is about. And for me, for me to say that I have a relationship with God, that means I have to see things the way I see them. Now, there was a time I called myself having an association with God. I didn't see stuff like this, and I wouldn't have been talking like this. But I am at way today, and I want to see a society free from pain and suffering. I want to see everybody understanding that everybody got the same right as anybody else. I want people to see that all the stuff belongs to a power that we can't see, but it's for the benefit of all of us who we can see. And that we come up with our plans, how we're going to serve one another, utilizing the resources that have been given so that each of us have no complaints about life. That's in America and that's anywhere across the globe. And that is what I definitely see. And to me, anything outside of that is just short. So when I see Christians doing what they do today, to me, I recognize where it's from. But to me, that doesn't serve God. Why do I say that? Because every hungry person, that doesn't do anything for a hungry person. That doesn't do anything for a jobless person. That doesn't do anything for saving free health care. No, that doesn't do anything going along with the program and just taking it. Well, if they say yes, I can have no. That's not. That might be okay for the world. That's not okay for God. And so when you start talking about what's proper for God, for me, God is real. So you can't tell somebody that you can believe in somebody, but and don't have to act like it, and you saved, or you gonna get the benefits of. No, you can't tell me that. You can tell somebody that's playing games that. You can tell some fake person that. You can't tell a real person that. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. If that made sense, we don't need no goodness. Just let everything be bad. Let everything be evil. Why not? Anyway, my point is that I really want every city, blue city, the one that Maga and the evils, the most evil people of this country are trying to destroy. I want those people in these cities to know that God got your back if you just trust God. And when I say trust God, I'm talking about changing you. The God that you've been taught about is not gonna save you. Oh, it just won't work. All right. Until next time. Bye bye.